Hey knife friends, Andrew here with my review of the AriesEDC Bloom. The AriesEDC Bloom is a very nice EDC fixed blade created by our friend Scott. Um, he's a custom knife maker who does everything in-house from except for the heat treat. He primarily works with AEBL for stainless and ADCRV2 for his carbon steel blades. He specializes in smaller fixed blades. His philosophy is that he doesn't think that people really need anything much more than about 3 inches for daily carry. And while I don't necessarily personally agree with that all the time, but most of what I carry tends to be in the 3 to 3.5 inch range. So I mean, I'm not exactly using massive blades, and then I have larger fixed blades for like camping and bushcraft and kitchen use and whatnot. But having this knife's been an absolute dream. It's extremely useful, very comfortable. Um, there hasn't been a task that I've thrown at it while I've had it that it hasn't been able to complete. I wouldn't use it for trying to skin a deer or filleting fish or whatnot, but I mean, obviously, most of what you have for EDC doesn't fall into that realm. But whenever you get an Aries EDC knife, he has these cool little boxes that he had made up. And then all the knives come with a certificate. So as you can see, it's the Bloom. This one in particular is an AEBL. Overall length 5.5. The blade length is 2.5. I measured it out before I started the review. The actual cutting edge is about 2.3 inches. This one's in Lava Flow Curanite G10. And then it has a custom bead. So one of the things that I really love about this knife, besides just how well it uses the beautiful curanite that Scott put on this knife, that has the red liners, and a cool added touch that he includes with his knives are a custom lanyard bead. So one thing that's awesome about working with Scott is his transparency and the options that he gives. If so, in order to get an Aries EDC knife, he has there's two different ways. He has an Etsy store, which he has some t-shirts up. Right now, he has his absolutely gorgeous Damascus Tabiko on there for sale right now. And then he has a Magna Cut knife, the Stigma, on the site. I believe that's dropping tomorrow. Um, very, very cool knives. Definitely check those out. And then um, I know that for the most part, his blades are in the ADCRV or the AEBL, but that's his second Magna Cut knife. He's also done a Yokdo, which I believe has found a new home already. But but check that out. The t-shirts that he has on there are really cool looking. I think he has like 4 different options. And then the other way to get a knife through him is to get on his books. He's recently changed his books around, but he has I know he just opened his books up last week. The spots filled in like a minute. Like literally he did a video where he showed a live look in on the process, and um they filled up almost immediately. So basically, if you're lucky enough to get on his books, you have about 23 different options to choose from, um, or 23 different models to choose from, and then you pretty much you pick which steel you want, and he just has so many options as far as handle material, um, liners, he has multiple blade finishes. I know that his largest model on the books is the pistol, which is actually one of the two knives that I have. If you look at the previous videos I've done on the Aries EDC knives, you can see how that compares. But And then I know he has a couple other models. I think there's one called the Crow that he only does as one of his like special project knives that he'll put up for sale on Etsy from time to time. I believe that's his biggest knife, but that's not one that you can get on his books with. Um, but the majority of them are in the same range as is this Bloom, which is why he made this as his pass around, because he like basically this is like his signature model that most encompasses what his build aesthetic is about. So while let's do a couple small or quick comparisons here. This is what the AriesEDC Bloom looks like compared to a Benchmade bug out. When you include the lanyard, it's basically about the same size. And then just in terms of pocket presence, so yeah. And then while I've had this knife, the knife that I felt was the most comparable to the Bloom is the Spyderco Dragonfly. Very similar handle, very similar blade tip. You actually gain cutting edge because of the big choil on the Dragonfly, but just in terms of carrying, holding use, to me that was the knife that I have in my collection that feels the most similar. Again, very capable tools, very pocket friendly. And let's see, let's put the sheath back on just to kind of, so I mean it does take up more pocket than the Dragonfly, because obviously when you're carrying the Dragonfly it's closed, but again, it's not that much bigger than the bug out. And I mostly use the bug out really isn't a comparison in terms of how the blade handles. It's more just wanted to show you what, for because I feel like most people know the size of a bug out and gives you a good idea of what to expect. But honestly, I know the Scott includes the loop for belt attachment, but for the most part I've just used this as a pocket dropper. Just stick it in my pocket and go with it. So yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, just in general, I really like Scott's knives. He's a great guy. One of the best things about buying a knife from Scott is that he has his YouTube channel where he posts regular videos. Like, I don't know if he does them every single day, but it's like at least 3 or 4 times a week he posts a video, updates people on their knives. He does everything in house. Like, he literally starts with a block of steel and 2 blocks of scale material, and you watch him shape it, you watch him sharpen it, or cut, build the bevels. He pretty much, from start to finish, you're getting regular updates, seeing where he's progressed, and like, everything's done in house. He makes the sheaths, he shapes the handles. The only thing that he doesn't do is he uses Peter's heat treating. So for the stainless blades, he can heat treat in house the ADC RV2. And blades start, the ADC RV2 blades start at $150, and the ABL blades start at $200. So pretty much whatever you decide is, he lets you know what your project is going to cost before you dive full into it. But I mean, he's very easy to work with, very transparent, just, and gives you all the options. So like, you truly get a custom knife when you order through him, and you couldn't ask for a nicer guy to work with. He's very, very flexible, very open and transparent with the whole process. And yeah, I have 2 of his knives already, and I hope to own more in the future, because great quality tools and a great person. So yeah, we'll wrap this up for the day. And again, I'll show the knife again so that, but I'm really glad that I reached out to Scott. I feel like I have two great knives and a great guy to talk to. Um, yeah, so I hope you enjoyed my review. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I hope I hope you enjoyed my review. This is probably only the second or third true review I've done, and so hopefully you'll see more in the future. All right, have a great day, knife friends.